Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you guys already saw by the title, I'm going to be talking about all the manga I read in the month of August, and without any further ado, let's get started. So for the month of August, I read a total of 12 mangas, and let's start with the one that I owned, which is only one volume, which is the case study of Vanitas. This is a vampire manga, and we basically follow two main characters, which is Noe and Vanitas. Noe is visiting Paris in the look for the book of Vanitas, which apparently helps control vampires that have gone crazy in some sort of way. And that's where he meets Vanitas, who is the owner of the book, but he is not a vampire, he is a human. And what he basically says is that the original owner of the book gave him that, which Vanitas was a vampire, but he died and gave this book to this human who now calls himself Vanitas. This is a very interesting manga story. It's quite good. I really liked manga that has vampires, manga books, or just anything that has vampires in them. I'm always going to like them, but this is a really good story, and the art is very beautiful. I think it has very steampunk type of art style, and it goes very well with the story, and the art is just beautiful. And I only own the first volume, and I definitely plan on getting the rest of the series. Next, I read a one-shot, BL one-shot, which is Old-Fashioned Cupcake. And this story will basically follow two office workers, that one lives a very normal life. He never does anything special or goes out with his co-workers, until one of them notices that, and he decides to help him. So one day he invites him out to lunch to this place where mainly women go. It's a place where they sell pancakes. And he was interested in going, but he was embarrassed to go by himself. So he decides to go with this guy, which I forgot his name. Let's see. Togawa. So Togawa and Nosue. So Togawa is the one that asked him to go have lunch with him, and he's like, okay, sure. But they like to go and try out new things together, and they develop this very sweet type of friendship that later turns out to be something more. It's a very cute story from what I understand. This is going to have another volume, and I cannot wait to read it. The art is very cute. Here is the cover. And I read another VL, but I will not go into detail because this is an Omegaverse VL, and it's Megumi Tsukumi. It's between two students of age. But if you want to know what an Omegaverse is, you need to go do your own research. I will not do that here. I read this online and liked it a lot, so I was very excited and very happy when they announced it was going to get a version, an English version here. So happy. I read the first and second volume, and let's move on. These are in no specific order, and I think the first manga I read in the month of August is actually this one, which is Hell's Paradise. I only own volumes 1 and 2, and the story and art of this manga is wow. This story, it's very, I don't think I've ever read anything like it. And we basically follow Kavimaru, the Hollow, who is an assassin, and he's very good at his job, to the point that the village where he was born and he worked for decides to betray him. To be honest, I never understood why they betrayed him, but they set up a trap for him. And he gets taken to, like, he gets arrested, and so now he is put on trials by the governor, I think, of this place, and he gets taken to this island where very strange things start happening, and it's basically whoever comes back from this island alive gets their freedom back. And if Kavimaru wants to go back to his wife, who he claims he doesn't love, but obviously he does, and so he's going to do everything he can to go back to her. And that's basically this first volume, and we start seeing how creepy and how weird this island is, and why the governor decided to send criminals to this place. And basically in volume 2 we continue the story. There's obviously more characters, and we get to see and learn about their story and why they got arrested and about their criminal life. And that's Hell Paradise volumes 1 and 2. Next up we have Love in Focus, which is it's completed at 3 volumes, 1, 2, and 3. This is a very basic shoujo with a love triangle with the childhood friend and the new guy she meets. So she's this girl, which I honestly don't remember her name. So in this Love in Focus we follow Mako, who loves taking photographs, and so she decides to move to her childhood friend's high school, who is known for having a very good photography club, or is it class? I honestly don't remember. And that's where she meets this guy, which he used to be a child model, and so from being that, he now hates for people to take his picture. And that's basically the story of how she's trying to help him and how he's like very controlling. He said something that I really didn't like, but if you want to know, you should go and read this. It's completed at 3 volumes. So for this story we follow Satomi and Yagyu. Yagyu once saves her from a molester at the train, and Satomi, obviously like every shoujo manga, she falls in love with him, and so she confesses to him, and he's like, okay, sure, I'll go out with you, which is something that I thought I would never like in a manga, especially a shoujo. But the couple do get together in this first volume, and surprisingly I'm liking this very much. It's such a cute manga. The art is very beautiful, and I feel like one of the reasons why I like this story is because, first of all, I stand Yagyu. He's such a gentleman. I love that guy. He's so sweet to her. He respects her, And another thing, there's communication. So if you want to read a shoujo manga that has communication and it's cute, it should be this one. I think so far there's only 9 volumes, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason why I really like this story is because we get to see them get together really fast, but at the same time we get to see them figure out their relationship and how they deal with the ex-girlfriend already made her appearance, a very annoying little sister, and other stuff. And it's just fun to see them grow stronger as they continue to date. And yeah, it's just a very good shoujo. I really recommend this to anyone that wants to get into shoujo or that wants a different story to read. And with that wraps up everything I read in the month of August. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one. Take care. Bye bye.